You're right, Kyle. Now I don't know if you were this right, but you definitely were right so far. The Houston Texans. They are. Woo, woo,
Yeah,
woo.
bro. And I'll say they've had a few balls bounced their way. Like,
and it's fine. So the Browns.
And I'm not mad at it, but
Yeah.
I mean, what do they say? Luck is the intersection of success and opportunity, right? Or success is the intersection of luck and opportunity.
You think the Pats don't win 6 Super Bowls without having some bounces going their way? I mean, come on, it happens.
Some, bitch, please, Patriots fan. Some, like, listen, there's a reason why Rob Parker's theory about the LOAT, luckiest of all time, isn't exactly crazy.
Right.
But all that being said, the reason why I say some balls bounce their way and things like that with the Texans, they've had plenty that haven't as well, for full disclosure, with injuries and things like that. And also, if the balls didn't bounce their way, they'd still be on pace for 7 wins. Was I this right? No. Ooh. If you want to take away my Morningstar card, fine. But I was considered an optimist, saying that the Texans would win the same amount of games as the Titans.
And last week I teased it. And I'm going to go ahead and claim this because I didn't hear anybody in national media talk this prior to me talking about it last Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, no, I'm going to agree with you.
This became a thing before after I mentioned it. I'm not saying I'm taking credit for it. I'm just saying that I'm the only person I know.
Just take credit for it, God damn it.
So I teased the fact that CJ Stroud has been fantastic this year. Runaway rookie of the year at this point. Runaway. I think it's a close second right now at this point.
That was on the midseason awards for the student of the game with me and Mikey Byrne. Bing! Yeah. That was easily the easiest.
However, I did say this too also at the time, and at the time was being shot back this way up, and I get it. And I said this, that if for somehow, some way, this Texans team gets to the playoffs, and CJ Stroud continues to play the way he's playing, you have to at least put him in consideration for MVP. We are now at the halfway point. We'll have to pass halfway point now this year. They're 5-4. These numbers, Kyle, for a rookie quarterback, it's out of this world. I have to say too, also, when we consider the fact in the MVP conversation we've been having all year on this podcast,
right?
We've barely mentioned quarterbacks. We've been talking about Tyreek Hill. We talk about,
generally speaking, quarterbacks have not been good.
This is the first year you can say that there's been no quarterback that's been consistently good this year.
Accurate
at this point,
for whatever reason, be it
right. It's weird.
Yeah,
we've had a little Jared Goff might be in conversation. Then he has that Baltimore game, and then you have the little bit of Lamar Jackson. Then he's had a couple, like this week, for example.
This week after beating the shit out of 2 teams that suddenly made them tier 1. But okay, sure.
Jalen Hurts turning it on lately, but Jalen Hurts also has been a turnover machine this year.
Jalen Hurts is not an MVP candidate this year.
That's my point.
Last year.
You make my point. Pat Mahomes has been solid, but not the same Pat Mahomes in the past. It is not foolish to say that through 9 weeks, Kyle, or 10 weeks rather, the season, that CJ Stroud has played the best at that position at this point of the year, consistently for 10 weeks.
Yeah, he has the best string of football put together so far. I think that is a fair statement. Now, let's you've said a number of things. Let's go back and present it as you said. CJ Stroud MVP. Man, I don't know. CJ Stroud candidate, of course. If he makes the playoffs, win. Duh. Like, let's be clear. The first time you brought it up last week, yes, it was still premature. All of that. Can we celebrate him being the hands down rookie of the year, assuming he stays healthy first? And let's do. And here's the thing that even the Jaguar fans, because I am a little bit in touch with some of that since I write for the Jaguar Report. Bing! Like, panic is set in for Jaguar fans, so much so that they look at the Texans' schedule and start to panic themselves. Because, granted, it's fresh off of a just demolishing by way of the 49ers, right?
Yeah.
But the Texans' remaining schedule, I have to be honest, is at least intriguing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Texans do have to play the Jags in Houston Thanksgiving weekend. The other teams featured are the Cards, the Broncos, the Jets, the Titans twice, the Browns, and the Colts. I can make an argument that the Browns are the toughest one remaining on the schedule.
Agreed.
That's pretty favorable. It's pretty favorable.
Yeah. And And you mentioned Jaguars and the whole thing. And look, I called this last year. I still think this will play out as such. But all of a sudden now, and I'm going to get hit myself on my skis here, but all of a sudden now, Texans AFC South don't sound so horrible now because the only game,
Houston first, but yeah,
right,
you're on
right.
something.
The only game behind right now in the standings. They've already beaten Jacksonville this year once already.
That's why you need November game. They don't have the tie break officially yet.
So if they beat the Jags again at home, now we're discussing, Texans playoffs. Yeah, Texans AFC South champion. Holy shit.
Well, and imagine if the Jags manage to slip up next week against the Titans because the offense has been exposed in a way that I've tried to tell you, America, but you wouldn't listen. Like, can I do Bernie Mac as Lucifer as Bernie Mac? America? I try to tell you, but you wouldn't listen. I'll even work on my Bernie Mac, but you get the idea, okay?
Yeah. No. Look, what I've been saying, I know people I know Big Jim's been on Twitter, get on me on that. I'm not saying he's even a front runner. All I'm saying is that if I'm putting together a list right now of 5 candidates,
you'll do a top 5. He should be in it. I agree.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's front runner because I got Tyreek Hill as my front runner still.
As do I.
There you go. That's all I'm saying. Just to clarify my position. That's all I'm saying. All right.